Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tommy and today I'm going to be talking all about the newer foundation. It is from Wet n Wild Photo Focus and I'm going to be doing a wear test, an application test, just so you guys can kind of see a little bit of background on the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. It comes in 20 shades. It says that it's your skin but only better. It has their new high-performing skin perfecting foundation underwent major road testing under 7 different photo lighting conditions to deliver a flawless, camera-ready makeup every time. Specially made with a matte, light diffusing complexion to give your skin no filter perfection. It is high-performing breakthrough formula featuring light-adjusting complexion to help prevent white cast in photos. It was tested under 7 light conditions and without the use of flash. So this little bad boy comes in 20 shades. I picked up the soft beige, which is a light medium complexion, which is on the warm tone spectrum. Wet n Wild has a chart that kind of lets you know where you should be in anywhere from fair all the way to dark complexions. And they also have it all under cool tone, medium, and neutral undertones, which I really like. This one in particular is the soft beige, which is a light medium, and it is warm undertone. I do have kind of a warmer undertone, but I would definitely say that it looks like it matches quite nicely, but I definitely would have went probably for the nude ivory or the soft ivory, which is, it has warm on one's neutral, so I definitely think it matches me quite nicely, but I definitely think it oxidated a little bit, just a little bit darker. I'm not horribly mad about it, but I think it looks quite nice. But I think once I put on the bronzer, it kind of made it maybe a little bit darker. But I definitely think that I matched my skin quite nicely. So I'm going to put up the chart right now so you guys can kind of see all of them. First things first, let's talk about the packaging. The packaging is quite nice. It has glass here and then a plastic top. So it definitely wouldn't be the best to travel with, but I honestly think that it's nice and sleek, so it wouldn't be horrible. I just don't personally like traveling with glass. The top is a spatula, which is really cool because it's not something that I particularly use. I'm going to swatch this right now so you guys can kind of see what the color looks without all the powder and bronzer and everything else. So it blends out quite nicely. It is a thicker formula, but as you can see, it is a little bit dark for me. Definitely doable, but if you're looking for the perfect, I would probably have went down if you are similar to my shade. You get 1 fluid ounces in this packaging, which is about average or is about normal for foundation, and I honestly am really impressed. For $5.99 you're getting a really good foundation. Alright, jumping into the application of this, and I'm going to be using a blender on one side and then a brush on one side so you guys can see depending on what you guys like and just kind of how it comes out. Alright, I'm going to prime my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Using the color soft beige, so I think it might be a little bit dark, but we're going to give it a go. Hopefully it works out. Alright, so the spatula, I'm going to just put directly on my face. Side I'm going to use the brush, and then the other side I'm going to be using just a sponge, so we'll definitely see how it goes. This definitely is a little bit too dark, so I'm going to have to drag it down, but just a little bit. If I got into the sun a little bit, it would fit me perfectly, and I'm actually pretty light. I'd say it's medium coverage. I still can see through. I have like a cluster of zits right here, and I can definitely see them. I can see the zit. It's like muted, but I can definitely still see through it. And I can definitely still see my skin right here. I have like redness right there, and I could definitely still see it. Alright, I'm gonna go in this side. So I'm just gonna go in. because it is a little bit dark. Alright, so if you guys can see, I go in with one more layer just to kind of see if it builds up, because I would definitely say this is medium coverage right now. Actually picks up a lot of product, by the way. Alright, back in with that brush. Put on that second layer, the redness went away. If this oxidizes at all, it's gonna definitely be way too dark. Looking at it right now, I actually like the way the color looks, but I probably would go down one shade. But if it oxidizes, it's gonna be bad. But I would say definitely the color looks really good, especially now that I dragged it down. I always drag it down anyways, but I like the undertone of this foundation. It's like perfect for mine. I honestly don't have a preference. I don't like either one more, but I definitely am going to go over this side with a sponge just so it looks like the same finish, because I would say that it looks very, very similar. I'd say that maybe this side looks a little bit more full coverage. This is the side that had a lot more zits, so, but I mean, they're covered. Looks good. I can't tell that I used two different applicators. Probably definitely be one that I would go in with a brush and then finish off with a sponge just to kind of give you that airbrush finish, but it's kind of what I like to do anyways. It's kind of a preference I already have. So, and it feels extremely lightweight. I really can't feel that I have foundation on my face, which I really like. I hate that feeling. Not bad, not bad. Alright, so I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup, and I'll do my first check-in then, and then I'll do a couple more throughout the day. Alright. Hey guys, so I wanted to do a check-in with you guys. So I have full face makeup done now. If you guys are interested in this look, it was done with my BoxyCharm, so I'll link that down below. I set my whole face with the Coty Airspun loose powder, I set my concealer with that, and then I set my whole face with the Physicians Formula Mineral Loose Powder. And this is in the shade Medium. I really feel like it's oxidized just a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit. So I would definitely say when you choose out a color, you don't have to really worry about it oxidizing. I honestly feel like I have full face, full beat glam makeup on right now. So I don't know if that's what's making me feel like I have a lot of makeup on. It's not really the actual foundation, but other than that, I think it looks gorgeous. It looks really pretty. And I threw on this highlighter, which I'm not crazy about, so I feel like that's kind of showing off some of my texture, not the actual foundation, because when I set my face with the Coty Airspun, I thought it looked gorgeous. But I'm going to bring you guys in, so we'll see if you guys can. I have huge pores right here, and earlier I feel like I didn't see them, and then I put this highlighter on, and now I feel like I can see them. So I feel like it might be the highlighter. I have like pimples, and you can't really see them other than when I bring you guys in really close, but other than that you can't really see them. But honestly, so far I'm really impressed with this foundation. I think it looks gorgeous. It's definitely think it was made for, I know it's made for no photo, like when you take a photo, no flashback, but I definitely feel like it's made for more so special events than every day. But I definitely have to play around with it. I think if you used a brush, you're getting that full coverage, and you might look like, yeah, foundation on, but if you use like a sponge, it kind of lightens it up, and you don't feel like you have full-blown makeup on. So far, I like it. I really love the way that it looks. Alright guys, it is time for another check-in. It is about 1 o'clock, so I've had it on for 10, 11, 12, 1, 4 hours, about 4 hours, and honestly it looks exactly the same. I'd say I look a little bit more dewier right here, but that's where I always get oily, but it looks about the same. I'll bring you guys in so you guys can see. Yeah, so I really like the way that it still looks. So far, so good. And it oxidized just a little bit, but not horribly. And I'd honestly, out of all of the makeup I've worn. This is the least oxidized makeup I've ever worn. So far so good. I'll check you guys back in a couple hours. Alright, so I think this might be my last check-in because it is going to get dark soon and I only have like the smallest light. It's basically natural lighting that I have. So I definitely wanted to do my last check-in before it got too dark. But if you can see, I am a little bit shiny like here on my cheeks, a little bit on my chin. But overall, I think the makeup wore incredibly. I think it's so beautiful and it still looks really nice. You can definitely see that my texture is coming out on here. I lost a little bit. Let me see if I can even... Right here, I lost some makeup from smiling. But even I wore glasses earlier and I don't think it really affected it. But overall, I think the makeup lasted really well. I still like the way that it looks on my skin. I've been wearing it, let's see, wearing it for 10 hours, which is really impressive. I would definitely wear this to an event. I would have no issues. I don't think I wouldn't have any issues with wearing this to an event. I really don't think that it would rub off. I think it looks beautiful under my skin. I definitely have oilier skin, so that could be why I look a little bit glossy. But overall, I would say it's a really good foundation. I'm definitely going to go pick it up in a lighter shade because the shade is a bit dark. It looks fine like this, but if you look back here where I don't have makeup, you could definitely tell that it's not my shade. But overall, I think it's really pretty. So the pros are, I really like the way it feels on my face. It doesn't feel heavy. I even went and ran errands earlier and it's really hot here. It's 112 today, so it didn't really melt off my face. It feels really good. It doesn't feel too heavy. I definitely wouldn't cake it on because then that's when it starts looking a little too much. But for an event, I think this foundation is incredible and I'm definitely going to be keeping it, and I'm definitely going to have this in my collection for some time. I definitely like mixing foundation, so I'm excited to do that. But the pros are, I love the packaging, I love how creamy it feels on the face, I love that it dries down matte, and I love that it really does keep my oils at bay, which is awesome. I think it's an incredible foundation. I'm really happy, and I mean, you can't go wrong. It's $5.99. Alright guys, so that is my review, first impression, and wear test, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye!